Bullfrog Builds a House. Written by Rosamund, Dauer, illustrated by Byron Barton, and narrated by Aaron M. Haste. For Gertrude Sterling Mueller. Bullfrog looked and looked until he found a large lake. Just right, he said, I will live here, and he set out to build a house, but he wasn't quite sure where to start. As Bullfrog sat on a log to eat his lunch and think, another frog came out of the bushes. And who are you? Bullfrog asked. My name is Gertrude. And the other frog, said the other frog. An excellent name, said Bullfrog. Will you share my lunch? Yes, thank you, said Gertrude, and she ate just as much as Bullfrog. Bullfrog was impressed. You have a good appetite, he said. Oh, indeed, I have, said Gertrude. Since you have an appetite like mine, said Bullfrog, perhaps you can tell me how to begin my new house. That's easy, said Gertrude. Start with what you like best. A diving board on the front porch, said Bullfrog. I've always wanted to have one. What wonderful ideas you have, said Gertrude. I must start at once, said Bullfrog, and he did. He built a porch in no time at all and started to work on his diving board, but he was soon in trouble. Ah, Gertrude, he said, would you mind standing in the water to balance the board so I can nail it in? Not at all, said Gertrude, and she held up the board for Bullfrog. Very good, said Bullfrog, when they were finished. And now, he said, I will build the rest of the house. As time went by, Gertrude helped Bullfrog with many things. They put a stove in the kitchen, a bathtub in the bathroom, and a table in the living room. Finally, Bullfrog and Gertrude stepped back to admire their work. Wonderful, said Bullfrog, but have I forgotten something? My dear Bullfrog, said Gertrude, it is a beautiful house, but may I suggest a roof? Oh, good friend, said Bullfrog, you think of everything. Then Gertrude and Bullfrog put a roof on the house. When they were finished, Bullfrog said, now there is just one more thing, I think. And what is that? Asked Gertrude. A welcome mat, said Bullfrog. That would be nice, Gertrude said. So Bullfrog put out a welcome mat. Now, said Bullfrog, I have everything I need. But, said Gertrude, isn't there something else? I don't think so, said Bullfrog. Well, said Gertrude, in that case, I must be leaving. Goodbye, said Bullfrog. Thank you for helping to build my house. You are welcome, said Gertrude. Goodbye. And Gertrude went away. Then Bullfrog looked at his house. He thought about having a good dive off the diving board, but didn't feel like it. He felt a little hungry, but didn't want to fix a hamburger. He went upstairs to look at his new bathtub, but he didn't take a bath. He started to play cards, but couldn't think of a game to play with just one frog. What is the matter? Wondered Bullfrog. I must be getting a cold. So Bullfrog wrapped up in a big blanket, but he still didn't feel just right. Suddenly he jumped up. "Gertrude! Gertrude!" he shouted, and he ran down the road in his blanket until he found Gertrude. "What is the matter?" asked Gertrude. "Oh, well," said Bullfrog, "that is, I wondered, and Bullfrog stopped. "Oh dear," said Gertrude, "do you have a cold?" "No," said Bullfrog, "I just wondered if you would care to play cards." "Oh yes," said Gertrude. "Good," said Bullfrog. And Gertrude and Bullfrog went back to Bullfrog's house to play cards. Later, Gertrude taught Bullfrog how to play checkers. "Oh," said Bullfrog, "you are a fine frog. How fortunate I am to have you with me." "Of course," said Gertrude, "I am happy to be here." "You must stay forever," said Bullfrog. "I would like that very much," said Gertrude. "Now how about a game of touch football?" "Wonderful," said Bullfrog. And Bullfrog and Gertrude were very happy in their beautiful house from then on.